In this video, we are going to be looking at the New York State Education Department Computer Science and Digital Fluency Standards for grades 4 through 6. On the bottom of your screen and in your slide deck, you will see a link that will take you out to the State Ed website. On this website, you are going to be able to take a look at all of the standards, as well as the standards for your grade band, and there are some examples for you to take a peek at. But for this one, we're really going to be focusing in on grades 4 through 6 around the first concept area of impacts of computing. Within impacts of computing, we have 4 sub-concept areas. Each of these are taking a look at how the use of technology impacts us as a society. The first sub-concept area is about society, and here we're talking about how the social structures are impacted within government for laws, the way we work and the way we communicate, and the way we educate with the fact that we have computers. The next concept area is ethics. Here we have to think about the way we create and the way we use technology to make sure that there's no unintended impacts that are either negative or account for bias. And we want to make sure that we're building things that are ethical and appropriate. And then the last 2 sub-concept areas each have one standard, but they're pretty big. The first one talks about accessibility, to think about how what we create can impact different populations, how it can support or hinder the use of whatever the tech tool is. And then finally, we have career paths. We know that computer science is a growing field, and there's an incredible need for people to enter this field. So we want to make sure to showcase the opportunities to our students. On your screen, you may see a lot of resources and you're going to want to take a quick peek at them, but let me just show you what we have. The first QR code you see is going to take you out to the New York State PDF of examples that were put together by educators just like us in Albany. They got together and put together this document for you. The center one is the Wakelet collection that's going to have a lot more resources beyond this quick video to be able to support your understanding and rollout of the standards. The far right QR code is going to take you right to the page that you see as your page where it says the NYSED CSDF activities and examples. Since this is for grade bands 4 through 6, I'm going to click on the center book once I open up to the web page. So on this web page, I'm going to open this first book that says Computer Science and Digital Fluency for grades 4 through 6. When you open the book, you're going to click Read Now, and then you're going to go over to the first page and click on Impacts of Computing. If you'd like to go there now, pause the video and you can follow along. What you see on your screen is the concept area of impacts of computing, the 4 sub-concept areas, and then you're going to see the sub-concept area and then the standard. These were pulled right from the state document and just repurposed in a new design to be able to share some activities with you. So the first standard says, describe how computing technologies have changed the world and express how those technologies influence and are influenced by cultural practice. Our clarifying statement is right here in the blue box. It says the focus should be on how computing technologies both influence and are influenced by society and culture. Below the blue box, you're going to see the examples from the state. You can see that we're covering a couple of them in social studies and maybe one in foreign language. After the standards pages, you're going to see some resources that you can take a peek at as ways to roll these standards out into your classroom. The second standard is also under society. It is 4 through 6 for IC, or Impacts of Computing 2. Explain how laws impact the use of computing technologies and digital information. The clarifying statement is the focus is on how laws regulate and use computing technologies, and what might happen if those laws did not exist. You'll see the 4 examples at the bottom again. With this one, we're really thinking about what we have in place to protect ourselves. This could be things that for resources we use in the classroom or even for the things students use outside of your doors. The next sub-concept area is ethics. The first standard within that concept area says explain current events that involve computing technologies. The clarifying statement is explanation should be grade level appropriate to ensure understanding of current events and the relating computing technologies. So here this really could be a discussion as far as things that are happening with technology right now. A discussion on artificial intelligence would be a really great one to do, to talk about how it impacts how students maybe do their homework or how we create our lessons in the classroom. The next one in ethics is talking about your data. So it says explain who has access to data in different digital spaces. The clarifying statement is to focus on identifying different groups who might have access to data stored or posted in different places, including companies. So this could be a great conversation about social media, why you keep things private, what you should turn on, the information that we share with strangers versus our friends, and so on. The next one in ethics says explain how computer systems play a role in human decision making. Here, the focus is on explaining a range of ways that humans interact with AI to make the decision. Here, we could talk about chatbots, we could talk about GPS systems, artificial intelligence, and really take a look at how we are influenced by our use of artificial intelligence, like in our choices of music that we listen to or videos that we watch on our sites like Netflix. When we get to accessibility, our one standard says identify and explain ways to improve accessibility and usability of a computing device or software application for the diverse needs and wants of users. Here, we're really focusing on the perspectives and the abilities of the people that are going to be actually using the tech tool. We can think about the classroom applications that we have our students explore their accessibility features on the devices that they use. They can decide on a website who would have access to it and who wouldn't, to be able to talk about that accessibility. And then the final one within impacts of computing is career paths. Here we want to identify a diverse range of role models in computer science. So this could be looking at inventors. You could be looking at people that are high up in our industry, historical figures. You could have your students explore the fields of computer science. So as we're finishing up impacts of computing, go ahead and take a look at some of the activities to see how to roll these standards out into your classroom.